There was one practice, Christy like turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this like loud music, and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like, what? And Christy like reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she like repeated it. And all of us were we were all dying because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, "What did you say?" and you repeat it, like no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all like rolling on the ground laughing.
This image shows Lexie, Hull gazing back at her favorite memories from this. Remember the year you spent with Caitlin Clark? During her first practice, she said this: "Meeting with Clark, what are your thoughts about Caitlin at this time? She's fantastic. She's a fantastic player. Obviously, this individual is incredibly difficult to defend. Thus, she is launching a massive onslaught. Game to the hilt, and simply thrilled to observe her performance this year. Neither had anticipated that our initial encounter would develop into a deep companionship that would elevate and captivate fans. Their participation in the WNBA, how many may not be aware that their relationship outside of the court is equally exciting when they perform it, from unexpected challenges on TikTok to unexpected public appearances. Clark and Hull has produced moments that will never be forgotten, that provide their fans with entertainment and motivated to relive the top 20. Social media was lighted by these two celebrities. We remember the media because of this video. Promises of laughter, wonder, and an abundance of amazing moments. And as an extra bonus, we'll list 5 memorable experiences they've had on the court as well.
She'll just throw out comments that are just funny. Like no one else is saying it but Caitlin.
The Clark and Hull, the Indiana Fever's top duo, have been creating a stir with their distinct court chemistry. Clark's on and off court exceptional playmaking, and Hull's Propel has benefited from precise shooting. The group, particularly in addition to standouts such as Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. However, it goes beyond their court talents. Friendship, whose definition is being redefined, of playing together in professional sports. No rivalry, no drama, simply a straightforward relationship that strengthens one another and establishes a new benchmark for the sport. Get ready for an exhilarating journey of their finest on-court moments. Competition for an unplanned birthday celebration. Giggles at press conferences and surprises. Crazy antics on game day that will make you feel as if you were a member of the team before we. Please don't forget to break it down. Get ready for the channel by subscribing. Let's go, Caitlin and Lexie show.
She sees the game at a bigger scale, obviously with the platform that she's created for herself, and then that's transitioned to the game. It's huge. And I think like for me, especially as a point guard and as someone that's delivering a lot of the passes that lead to shots, like if I miss, she's definitely going to say like, "You got the next one." Like I can count on her for keeping me like confident and positive. So yeah, I think that shows the player that she is and the leader she is.
Rookies are expected to keep quiet and get the hang of it, not Caitlin Clark. At the time she entered she turned to Fever's locker room, flipped everything around, but it wasn't. Her game alone was creating waves. Lexie Hull asserts that there is a side to that the cameras don't capture. One, Clark, that's changing the group in ways that one could barely see. This Clark coming, leaving college, and entering a professional locker. With the room full with seasoned pros, the pressure and expectations are extremely high. Harsh, but Clark didn't only encounter them. She broke everyone's expectations from day one. She first offered a vitality that energized the whole group. At Clark's influence was much greater than her highlight clip shows that Hull discloses. It's Clark's competitive fire that is undergoing significant change. We play a game against guys while we practice against ourselves. However, she feels that if a team doesn't support her, when a team loses a scrimmage she's competitive and will drill like she's going to. And she will exert every effort possible to win. And I believe that's the only thing simply demonstrates the kind of player she is. For example, if it doesn't work, she will attempt to solve it, and you still want her on your side. Even celebrities have to adjust. Times when Clark had to become familiar with the professional matchup with defenders who've been preventing elite scores from years. But this is where Clark is actually, rather than crumbling when she applied pressure to support her development, and more significantly, she invited her teammates to the ride.
Hey Caitlin, congrats on Rookie of the Year. You earned this. I am so proud of you.
It's not simply vacant. Remarks expressing Clark's faith in her. Co-workers are changing the teams. Abruptly, every player on the court believes they can handle the world, and they performed on Take on the World. Off the court, are you prepared to witness a softer side of this pair if you've brought it thus far and are finding the video entertaining? Remember to turn, like, and subscribe. We understand the reason behind every notification. This movie requires some of your time, and thank you. Now let's go back to, did you take any action that changed you? Do something as part of your game day routine. You seem to be simply in a rhythm. Kept things the same as she began at the moment. Spending time with me. She continues to rub off on me as the Clark's Rookie of the Year dropped confetti. Your celebration, one message caught our attention. During the festivities, it wasn't from A. It came from Lexie Hull, either as a coach or a sponsor. Her remarks to Clark were straightforward but strong, demonstrating a connection that goes beyond basketball and offers encouragement and companionship.
This is good.
Can you do the raspberry dream with vanilla cream instead of coconut cream? Yeah, please. And then can I do the summer splash also?
Can I get the spring fling with vanilla cream instead of coconut cream? Can I have the beach babe too, please?
The whole WNBA was in a frenzy when Clark won the esteemed Rookie of Title of the Year, but out of all the congratulatory remarks and acknowledgement, what was most notable was Hull's sincere note. Representing the strength of their relationship, it reminded everyone that outside of the accolades and the exposure are what matters are the connections made. Believe you have seen along the road all of Caitlin Clark's abilities. When it's Lexie Hull's birthday, reconsider. When Clark came, he shocked everyone by leading the group in a fun birthday celebration. Joyful serenade. The procedure had just concluded. However, the festivities were far from ended. Clark, the lone rookie, assumed the position of the chief singing and the cheerleader, raising the entire mid-celebration to the "it's difficult for everyone to laugh." Clark joked that he was the lone rookie at work, demonstrating the kind, light-hearted culture she's fostered in the locker room of the Fever. This wasn't merely a birthday celebration, it was a moment of true friendship that fans adore seeing. Happier birthday music. Dear, it wasn't only the locker room location where they shared a bond of their subsequent viral events transpired at an office season drive-through. Clark and Hull made the decision to stop at a well-known drinking establishment.
Obviously, Lexie's been tremendous, especially on the defensive end. She just brings a spark and a tenacity about her that, maybe we weren't always getting on the defensive end, and she's just willing to do whatever it takes for this team, and it's helped our defense improve a lot. So I think offensively and defensively, we've taken a step forward, and, that's kind of what the coaches challenged us in going into that break too.
An unwary worker at the window looked up and was unable to identify them. Hold back her excitement, Caitlin, she asked, smiling playfully. Clark? Perhaps starting a series, Clark retorted, of giggles that Hull managed to get on camera. You're Caleb Clark, correct? Perhaps take A. I want to offer you this golden mug because it implies. The golden mug signifies that each time you visit, you simply receive a free refill through S. Acting as a cameraman, Clark's tries to conceal their laughing from her face, reverberating throughout the vehicle. Whoa, this is. Okay, good. I love that the most. It's the. I've only had one, but I can tell it's. This is going to be my fave. This raspberry fantasy has a blue flavor. Raspberry frosty. This is a positive indicator. Overall good, and he stated that he would please give us golden mugs so we can return. Yes. I mean, I've never been to Swig out of 10. A location like this previously, so its own category 10 out of 10, which is what caused this. What made TikTok unique was that it wasn't simply about observing athletes, was about recognizing them as genuine fans, linked to the comparable situation. Who hasn't experienced a humorous drive moment? The film demonstrated Clark and Hull's sincere friendship and their capacity for joy, simple moments, and their readiness to share these spontaneous, humorous encounters with fans. But if you believe, their camaraderie is restricted to the court. During informal gatherings, reconsider when they went to a game of the Indianapolis Colts. They did not merely disappear into the stands, they brought their own vitality. Claps. Clark, wearing Colts blue and white, and Hull gave a high five and cheered like lifelong admirers, giving their all. The encounter lasted longer than a single day. It was their method of expressing their support for the city they music represent, as their performance on the court is remarkable. It's their discussions outside of the court that actually demonstrate the depth of Hull and Clark's. What did these exceptional players say, bond? About one another. Even after the season ended, commentators on sports are stunned by their sincere compliments, emphasize a bond. This is influencing more than simply their careers, but Caitlin's strategy for the game. The regard Clark has for Lexie Halls. Her remarks exhibit a strong sense of resilience.
It's fun, and it's way easier to have fun. It's way easier to have joy on the court when things are going well. So we're enjoying each other's company. We're enjoying each other on the court and off. So it's just great. It's a great atmosphere. There's a lot of energy in the city surrounding us. So it's just great to be here in Indy.
It's simply about treating a colleague with kindness, acknowledgement of Hull's perseverance and determination that is frequently overlooked. Hull, in turn, doesn't hold in box scores back while discussing Clark and the way fantastic both on and off the court. I believe she's simply saying previously, but she's really mature for being 22 years old and receiving attention that she possesses is quite amazing. And I believe you are aware, outside of basketball, she's only 22 years old, who goes out, enjoys life, and has fun. And, is everything as usual now? Respect for one another extends beyond happy times. It's creating a genuine distinction between their games. Hull's increasing self-assurance as a result of Clark's have faith in her abilities, as Hull says that gives off a lot of self-assurance, yet she also raises the bar for everyone. Mix of drive and unwavering. A strong dynamic is being fueled by support on the court.
She started hanging out with me more.
It's rubbing off on me.
Some are good, some are bad. Yeah, true.
Their bond is more than just words, shining through at unexpected times. In a post-match interview, Hull's impromptu remark transformed bringing a serious tone to a comedic show. Clark made an effort to maintain his composure, but she quickly buried her head, shoulders trembling. As Kelsey Mitchell joined in, laughing. There was an unforeseen reminder in high-pressure situations, friendship can continue to command attention, and are making an effort to simply be as active as possible to obtain putting my hands on as many balls as possible, and utilize that. Caitlin. Oh, and when Lexie was questioned about her, done to swiftly raise Caitlin's game, intervenes, and
swings a chopper right down the first baseline. Harper fields it, and that's an out. That's one out.
And
Runner. Runner advances to second.
There are moments that transcend simple jokes. They demonstrate the genuine bond. Even in formal settings, these athletes share, putting their talent for humor to use. In the competitive world of professional sports, provide valuable insights into their camaraderie and the atmosphere they're cultivating in the team. Their relationship wasn't limited to games and press briefings for the Olympics, the WNBA had a hiatus. Clark, Katie Lou Sampson, a Hull teammate, and their important people left for a Mexico vacation, but this wasn't your typical vacation between beachside adventures and relaxation are both fun. Hull revealed that Clark Sides has a surprising gift at pulling practical jokes,
displaying a playful side that fans
seldom saw it, but it didn't take long for their journey to be the subject of recorded images and videos for social media. Their happiness with one especially amusing post that depicts Clark and Hull making fun of not tanning after spending days in the sun. Fans adored the unscripted scenes and a reminder that these sportsmen are on the court. A fierce person can lose control and just be yourself outside of the courtroom. To the friendship between Hull and Diamond, Clark had no limits on what occurs when you put behind the mic at an MLB game. Our two WNBA stars game, the outcome was everything but commonplace, and that ball's blow with the Roas, the shortstop, tosses it to first base, and that won't be sufficient. A single in the infield by, as opposed to the pair's capacity to riff off one another and discover amusement in the slowest baseball moments, showed a side of their character traits that basketball infrequently permits.
Are you allowed to swing one?
Oh,
Okay, come on. Oh, they are a little taller.
You didn't see my, it hit the back of the net.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what you got. No pressure.
Calls flooded social media for additional proof of Clark and Hull material. Their allure goes well beyond the basketball court, which leads us to the summit of the Phillies are ahead by 1-0 well on the fifth. Return in a minute with a 30-second with a 30-second pause. I appreciate adjusting. Their impact wasn't merely restricted vacation getaways or hotel room mischief when they unexpectedly showed up at a Jordan Davis's performance in Indianapolis. The two basketball stars in the crowd erupted, didn't merely observe the scene, they on the stage with Davis and sung along to the delight of many. One of his hits was fans. It was a distinct kind of a spotlight, and they welcomed it wholeheartedly, demonstrating once more that they are more. They are entertainers as well as athletes, with a passion for life, including charity events and concerts. Hull and Clark contributed their warmth at a recent charity event wherever they went. At the golf tournament, they traded basketballs, purchasing golf clubs, but they maintained their enthusiasm the same.
And that was my shot. Thank you. Woo! 300. 300 points.
Fans swarmed to watch them take pictures, images gathering signatures and disseminating chuckles at the times they spent with advocates. Transformed the day into a honoring more than just sports, was about establishing connections and providing back. Lexie Hall encapsulated the significance of these events, claimed to be truly unique, to engage with supporters and return the favor by. This sentiment was reflected by the community all day long as Hull and Clark's sincere conversations created a lasting impact on everyone.
currently.
It's hard. Like, it's easy to say, like, yeah, don't read it, but everybody does a little bit. And I think it's having like that support system to help keep you on track.
So
Their engagement was more than just celebrity appearances. It demonstrated a profound dedication to developing relationships with their following. And let's not overlook the well-known nearly hole in. Oh my God, there might be one K&N. Oh my God, I must go after that. Are we taking it seriously? Are you certain I didn't enter? I can observe it. Are we certain? And then the social media beast is a dual-edged weapon that can increase confidence one moment and shattering the next. Spirits. The upcoming Hull unveils the group's method for maintaining mental health when using digital age
Good length on the perimeter on Caleb. That is a tough pass. And somehow she got it in.
Man, the pass. There's it up there and banks it home to beat the shot clock. Clark launching ahead and Hull with an answer on the other end. Mitchell inside. Good find back. Benley cross court. Pass hole is open and hits a three. Lexie Hull has to fire, and why not?
Come on. From Lexie Hull, I gotta bring Lexie in on this because the two of you have something special brewing. How did you get that three-point groove going, Lexie?
I got to my spots, and she can find anyone pretty much anywhere. So I knew when I got it just to do my job and knock it down, and it was a fun game today.
How is the Fever managing this? Then, extreme pressure, in Hull's opinion, it's all about remaining united as a team. Built a support protecting fortress, each other out of the background noise, and concentrating on the game's most important aspects. The most important thing they adore is discovering individuals to sort of rescue you from that cycle and prompt you to consider the great actions you took despite a. Frequently, folks on the internet aren't discussing the good things that have happened. The number of times they've lit up comes next. The arena's entrance. Music, 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 music. And lastly, their finest performances on the court. Collectively,